really great college basketball game. We have a ton of respect for Virginia Tech, and know that I think it's one of the very best teams on our schedule. Really experienced, really talented, have good players at every spot. We talked before the game about we wanted this to be a return to us. The NC State game, our process is what it is, right? And you want every step to be forwards, and that's just not always the way it works. You have to kind of endure some steps backwards, and that was a step backward that we had to endure. But we didn't let it waver in who we are and what we do. And our guys showed it tonight. They just beat a really good team pretty convincingly by playing both ends really solidly together.
Congratulations on the win. I guess the two things that jump out at you when you're playing Virginia Tech is Kitley and their three-point shooting. You guys did really well on both of those. How are you able to limit Kitley, and how are you able to limit their three-point shooting?
I thought our guys were really locked into our defensive game plan. We were doing a couple different coverages, and the five on the floor had to really stay on the same page as we were changing and adjusting, and they did that. And then they were really active. It wasn't like they were either in help or on their own. We talked about kind of being in a skier stance, being active. It was just a really active defensive effort, and we've proven it. Our guys are really good when they play with activity, and we had one game where we weren't as active as we wanted to be, and that's what happened. So, and that's what I said about a step backwards can sometimes be a part of the process that you need, because our guys were back to being the active selves defensively. But part of it was game plan for Kitley, and then activity to take away the arc.
What were the last 2 days of practice like after that game, and what was the general message to your team?
Well, Friday's practice, we had to really address the offensive end, because I thought our offensive end was really stagnant. And that's just, you're too far into the season to not enjoy that side of the ball with how hard I'm going to make you work on the defensive end. And so we had a pretty hefty film session to start it up. And then we went through and really attacked the offensive end of the basketball and put our foundation of the game plan in defensively for Virginia Tech. And then yesterday we just reviewed the defensive game plan and actually just shot. We didn't do any offense because I thought it was more of an understanding thing than having to get reps doing it. But yeah, you have to play that well to beat Virginia Tech, and I'm so proud of my guys for doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else have questions?
Yeah. Hey, Coach, great game tonight. Having Hodgson off the bench must be a luxury. Great three-point shooter, gets to her spots, takes the right shots. What can you say about her performance tonight, and then also the importance for your offense in general, just on the perimeter?
Having Eva on our team?
Yeah, coming off the bench, especially.
Yeah, there's a lot of Eva fans. I was talking to some media up north today about her, and I said that he should come down and see a Carmichael game because she's already got her little fan club. There's a lot of people that love Eva Hodgson, but I will say I was first. And so there's a lot of things I love about her, all the things that you mentioned, but really she has this mentality that is really, it's charismatic, right? She's got this toughness. She has this the willingness to win, and she works for it. So she wills the team along. So as much as her numbers spoke for themselves, like her impact on this team is even bigger. So yeah, that's partly why she's become such a Carmichael favorite. And she's from New Hampshire, so that you expect good things from kids like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then offensively, you guys had 4 players in double figures after a couple rough shooting nights in ACC play. How'd you guys get the right shots going early to build out to a big lead where Virginia Tech really couldn't come back?
Yeah, the ball moved. When the ball moves, we're best when you have to guard us all, because we have good players at every spot. And so when you don't let the defense set up and attack and guard you 1-on-5, you're much better. So the ball movement allowed us to play 1v1 at a lot of spots. And we've got aggressive guys that can score that way. And then in transition, 16-0 in transition, we rebounded the ball, and that allowed us to get out and run. And this is a hard team to guard in transition because they're willing to run, and they're willing to run fast. And so when you put the transition game into ball movement in the quarter court, we're just a hard team to guard. And really, the one game it stuck was our worst game, and we're going to keep working on making that ball move.
What about the rebound game for Anya after the way Thursday went? She really held her own much of the night against Kitley, but she got a lot of help, and there was a lot of good interior passing to help her as well. Can you talk about the whole dynamic?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anya didn't sit well. How she played on Thursday didn't sit well with her either. Right. She knows that she can play better and wanted to on that stage. Right. And on both ends of the ball. And so, you hope that her response is going to be what it is. Cause as I keep saying, how you guys see them in games is how they are in practice. This is a team that really takes one possession at a time in their process. But, you know, she came out with knowing that we needed her and wanting to be better. And she showed it, and she's a huge piece of what we're doing. And so when she plays well, we got a really good shot, and she played great tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Eva's coming. Okay.
Okay.
She's got to go to her pants.
Hi, Eva.
Hi.
How about a few quick thoughts on the game, and then we'll take questions.
Quick thoughts on the game. It was fun. It was so much fun. After Thursday night's game, like Coach kind of said, it didn't sit well with anyone on our team. I mean, it's not how you want to play against a ranked team. But we learned from it. We watched a lot of film. We attacked practice the next 2 days. And then, I mean, to play like we did tonight in front of our own fans, to hit shots like we did, to lock in Kitley, like we just executed what we knew we needed to. And it was a lot of fun.
Congratulations on the game. How did the team play so much better after Thursday? And how were the practices the last few days? I mean, what was the mentality coming in?
Yeah. I mean, the practices were high intensity. We knew Thursday was not a representation of who we are as a team. We, like Coach also talked about, we kind of took a few steps back. We were a little shell shocked from the fans, from just kind of the environment, I think. And we learned from that, and we'll grow from that. I mean, every single game is an opportunity to get better as a whole. And we showed that tonight, that we can compete with the best in the league. Like Virginia Tech is very similar to an NC State. And so to be able to bounce back the way that we did just shows kind of the grit and toughness and the want that this team has.
And you personally, I think you're 1 of 7 from 3 against State, but 5 3-pointers tonight, and really a nice scoring punch for Carolina. So you kind of exemplified some of the bounce back for the team tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday night, my shots felt good. They just weren't falling. And like every shooter, you just got to keep shooting. And tonight, my teammates found me really well, and the ball felt good coming out of my hands. And so they fell.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Definitely to compound off of that. I mean, an efficient 6 of 8, 4 or 5 from 3. How are you able to get into rhythm, especially early in the game? You had 5 quick points when you subbed in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my teammates find me well. That's, I mean, bottom line of it. They've learned my tendencies. I've learned their tendencies. And so being able to read each other is the biggest thing. And then just also knowing myself and knowing what I'm good at and taking the right shots in rhythm is really important for me. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And you definitely know as a shooter how important moving off ball is. A lot of your threes are catch and shoot. How do you think you did that tonight to be able to get your open looks? Because not only did you take the right shots, but you were able to get open with your off ball movement.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's super important. And that was something that we struggled with on Thursday night, which I think affected the rhythm of our shots and just lack of rhythm of our shots. And so being able to move, I had moments of jogging, which wasn't acceptable. We saw that in film, but being able to kind of pick up my pace a little bit and set screens for people and just do stop cuts and everything like that. Those little things can go a really long way in getting a more open shot.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, Eva.
Of course. Here's Anya.
Time, as always, joining us for the PK's postgame show. And that'll do it for our coverage tonight of Virginia Tech women's basketball.
Hi, Anya. Thanks very much.
One final
Could you
time.
just give maybe a few thoughts that you have on tonight's game and how you feel like it went, and then we'll take some questions.
Yeah, like both Coach and Eva said, after that Thursday game, we kind of took a couple steps back, and we all had to take the criticism that the coach gave us, because we had to learn that she's here to help us. Like I've told my teammates this all the time. Coach is here to help us, and whatever she says, take it, work with it, and try to move on. And we came in this game not dwelling on the last game. We knew what we needed to get better on, and we knew what we were good at, so we used that to our advantage. And like Coach said, I respect Virginia Tech and I respect Kitley. I've been playing her since high school, and every year that girl gets better and better. But just knowing how to work with your team, I feel like this game, it showed us what we can do and how much better we can get when we work together. So I think just us coming in and being connected throughout this whole game, and even when stuff, we might have had a couple turnovers, we were always like, okay, like, come on, y'all, like, we can get past this. Like, it was never a moment in the game where we were just down on ourselves. Even after the game on Thursday, like, we came in and we were all just optimistic. And I think that's what really helped us tonight.
Hey, Anya, congratulations. And I know it was a tough game on Thursday, but against Kidley, who's arguably a tougher center, you held your own against her. How are you able to come back from Thursday's game and play so well? Is it just mentality coming in?
Yeah, you know, I take everything that both Coach Joe, my positional coach, Coach Wall, Coach Icy, and both Coach Banghart tell me. You know I did not perform to my best ability on Thursday. You know, I don't know if it was like a mixture of nerves or like the crowd, because, you know, I've never played in an environment like that because of the whole COVID thing. So it was like, I think I fell to the mentality of this team is better than us, but like I think I was in my head more that game. This game I knew, yeah, Kidley might be better than us and their guards might be better than us, but when we work as a team, it's gonna be hard to beat us. So like just knowing and remembering everything that the coaches told us, and like defensively wise, like we were all connected, and I just stayed to the game plan. Like I didn't try to go out on a limb and try to play one-on-one or whatever, or try to do something differently than what my coaches told me. I just remembered what the coaches said, did what they told me to do, and it worked.
Did you played her in high school?
I played her twice. Yeah, state
Twice. How
championship.
did that go?
Not very well. You know, we lost both times, but like, you know, I've battled with her. And then we played her the summer of my sophomore year in high school after the championship game. And you know, I've been playing against her for a couple of years. So, you know, like I said, I respect her game and I love her game. Like everything that she does, she gets better every single time we play her. And I like it's a challenge, you know, and knowing the Kidley that was in high school and the Kidley to now in college, like she's, like I said, I respect everything about her game.
Thank you.
Hey, on your great game. You were an efficient 6 of 10 from the field. I mean, you guys really showed your versatility on offense. Eva on the outside, Deja in the mid-range game. How do you think that can really boost your potential on offense? This is probably your best shooting night as a team overall in ACC play.
Yeah, I think just us knowing that we can knock down a shot, and like our offense is really well when we, you know, move the ball, like Coach said, like when people have to guard every single one of us on the court, it's very hard because, you know, we all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses, but, you know, our strengths help us win games. And when we use our strengths to our ability, that's what helps us. And I think that my confidence from Thursday to tonight was totally different. You know, I know Kunane is 6'5", 6'6", and I was like, okay, she's bigger than me, so I'm not gonna do what I know how to do. But in this game, I didn't take her height as a barrier or as a wall. I took it as a challenge, and I was up for the challenge this game.
Yeah, definitely. And then a big theme, Coach Banghart said you guys were 16-0 on fast break points, going from defense to offense. How big of a factor do you think that played in getting out to a big lead tonight?
A lot. You know, our team likes to get out and run. You know, we send 3 to the glass on offense, but like on defense, we send 5 and we make sure we box out. But I feel like it starts from the inside out. When I know that my job is to box the big out, and when I do that, I know that my guards can get out and run. And when I rebound, I know my guards can get out and run, and that's where we strive at in every single game. So like I feel like that also helped us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Anya.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, you all.
Awesome. Thank you.